Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 between Keita and Ex-Gosu. This is for Team Dreamhack Qualifier, number 2. Best of 3 series. We are at game number 3. I'm so amazed by the last game, the first 2 games actually. I can't even do the intro. So LD, you take it away.
Yeah, we're gonna see Keita going up against Ex-Gosu. Pretty much the same bands we've seen all series long. So both teams feeling confident in their overall strategy, at least so far. Painted Gold, when he gets that Enigma today, he is on fire. I don't think he's dropped a game yet. And not only has he not dropped a game, he's been dominant, especially in that game. And Korok also playing exceptionally well. Just doing so much damage with that tiny Darkseer finally getting a ban. Even though he didn't win that last game, he still proved to be a huge nuisance. And we're going to be finally getting under the picks. So let's see, who's in the pool? Tiny is in the pool. Enigma's in the pool.
Lone Druid is going to get picked up here. Lone Druid actually has one of the lower win rate out of all the new heroes being picked up. Most teams haven't found the groove with that hero yet, but Keita, let's see if they do it.
Yeah, Lone Druid first pick. I mean, he doesn't offer you too much early game. Is a strong laning hero, but aside from that, against the aggressive ganking style of Ex-Gosu, I'm not sure how he'll work out, but of course, once he gets level 6, he gets very tanky very fast. And there are different ways to play Lone Druid. You don't have to rush a Radiance. In fact, sometimes that's not a good build. You can go for Mechanism, you can go for Pipe, you can just get a Hood and then go back for some more damage items. So we'll see how they build the bear. There is flexibility in that regard. And the nice thing about Lone Druid is he can do pretty much any lane. He can go mid, he can go suicide lane, he can go safe lane. Heck, he can jungle, although you very rarely see that in pro games.
Man, for any old school Dota 1 fans out there, anyone remember the name Doc Kaiser? Play from the old school EG Jungle Solo Bear. Yeah, if you guys get that reference, shout out to you, man. That's a long time ago. Back on the other side though, Lesh and Windrunner gonna get picked up. Windrunner's been doing a lot of dirty work. Mr. Face has been playing that really well.
Yeah, he did not have a good start last game, but he finished where it counted. He did get that melee Rex in the top lane. That was huge. And more importantly, he hit a couple of good shackle shots. Even when they didn't go in, it at least made Keita feel a little bit scared. They're going to pick up Tidehunter. An interesting choice. That's a lot of strong ganking. So they got the Lone Druid for that's going to be their late game carry most likely. Now they're getting some strong early game heroes.
No, I like this pick. Not only do both of these heroes give you a very good 1-2 punch in terms of the support, double minus armor, it will make any physical DPS hero really, really good in the lane. Secondly, those 2 heroes are very, very good counter against Enigma, especially before he picks up the Black King Bar. I feel like they're one-upping on Painted Gold right now. Even you know what's like you could have your Enigma, you could do your Black Hole thing, but we're gonna be completely equipped to counter you out. And of course, again, the Gush plus minus armor from the tier, really, really good. You could throw a Slaughter on top of that, and that you got yourself a killing Trilane.
Yeah, I would also love to see a Beastmaster just for another aura. You can synergize that pretty well with Syllabear, who normally gets some aura items. Vengeful Spirit with her aura and her minus armor. That would be really strong, and they have flexibility here. So while they've shown what their carry is going to be, they still have options.
Yep, option.
We'll see where they go.
Option is definitely bountiful here. Painted Gold thinking a little bit. Now, the thing with Syllabear is that he has so much HP once you hit your level 6, 11, and 16 when you put on your true form. So it's going to be very difficult to try to nuke him down. It's almost also very difficult to try to bring him down physically because he does have a lot of armor as well. The more effective Syllabear players I've seen win for things like Hood into Pipe first and then go back to the Radiance. Because generally a lot of people try to kill the Syllabear. But when you have the Pipe on him, he's just really unkillable. Like you're looking at 2k HP, a Pipe, 20 minutes in the game. You don't even do that much damage. Crystal Maiden is going to be the pick here.
Wow, a lot of squishy, low armor heroes. This is dangerous. If they get a good start, it'll be fine, of course. But if they get off to a slow start, man, this Leshrac and Crystal Maiden are not going to be having fun. Riki is going to be the ban. I mean, Riki's shown his prowess in this series, as well as just all in general today and over the past couple weeks, so no surprises there. Smart ban on the Beastmaster. Don't want to be giving away that additional aura, as well as the Roar. Will they pick into the Enigma? To me, that's the burning question right now.
You have the room for it, even though Crystal Maiden is a support. Of course, Painted Ghost Enigma does go mid. But right now, if we do go to Enigma, it seems like Lesh has to go down as a secondary here. Not sure if I like that choice. I do like my Lesh a little bit more farm, but it doesn't matter what I like. It doesn't matter what Painted Gold likes.
Well, if they go for Enigma, one strategy we've personally seen to counter Syllabaire, and I've mentioned this a few times, but I thought it was really cool, so I'm going to mention it again, is you can get a Kunkka. He also combos really well with Enigma. The reason Kunkka's so good against Syllabaire is his cleave it ignores armor if you don't actually target the hero or the bear, so you can murder Syllabaire in the mid game once you get a little bit of damage up. But Enigma getting banned, wow, by Gosu.
No, I guess it's a smart ban. Keita, they are prepared for Enigma, but their team could get even better if they pick it up themselves. So Painted Go is going to forgo his signature hero here. I'm not sure if even his signature hero, but it might as well be because he's playing it so well. They gotta have to come up with an answer. And right now, these 3 squishy is not going to be the answer. Tinker, a great pickup here. And those laser rocket Martial Machine will just murder heroes like Crystal Maiden, Lesh, and Windrunner.
Yeah, there's gonna be some bloods on the fields of Dota tonight. I mean, at the same time, that is another farming dependent hero, so they're gonna need probably I guess you can see Tide and Venge on the support roles, but Tinker is pretty gankable, and Enchantress is available. So if they want to go for the Enchantress here, you could definitely get some early ganks on the Tinker, especially if he's in mid, which is normally where he's laned. He can go into the side lane, but with the Syllabaire, I doubt we'll see that. Huh. Interesting.
Dire's got to do something special. Right now, I feel like they're a little bit behind in terms of the pick. They have decent laning, and again, Ex-Gosu feels like they want to really make sure they get the laning. Yeah, 2 defensive and long-range initiators, Crystal Maiden and Shaker. Really, what is going to be their carry? I have really no idea. Void's not going to be good. You're going to get swapped. What about Dragon Knight?
Yeah,
Dragon Knight's...
Void also takes a while to get going, so he's not going to be good against heroes like Syllabaire and Tinker.
I have no idea what carry Panic could pick into, because Syllabaire also pretty good anti-carry if you want to count his Entangle. Something that goes through BKB. It's a 2-second disable.
Yeah,
You soft carry with Mirana? Something like that? I don't know, man. It just looks tough.
It's a hard position to be in. At the same time, they do have a ton of burst damage, some really good nukes, some decent push with the Leshrac. Not amazing.
Fast.
I mean, maybe they'll go all in.
Real fast.
Okay, go ahead.
Destroyer. How about that one?
It would be a good counter to the Syllabaire. Of course, that pure damage orb does not affected by armor. So another way to counter him. He can lane pretty well against Tinker because he can steal his mana constantly, and Outlast hit him. Is fairly easily ganked, but with such strong early game heroes on his team, I think he should be fine. Puck, the final pick here. That's some good team fight, man.
Yep. You're eating a Ravage for sure. And Stormster is going to be the choice. So no late game. They're going to do it in 20 to 25. Can they?
Well, you say no late game, but if Storm gets a good enough start, or Leshrac does, they can go late.
Come now.
But
really?
chance is pretty slim. Now, let's introduce the players here. On the Ex-Gosu side, we're going to see Mikey on that standard hard support role, playing the Crystal Maiden. Painted Gold on the Leshrac will most likely be a farming Leshrac. Face going to be on the Windrunner, probably in the Suicide lane. Last hit Magic Earthshaker. And we're going to see Korok handling that Storm going mid. Not rushing a bottle.
Not rushing a bottle. Very surprised that Painted Gold is not going to be going mid, but I guess Stormster really requires that lane. On the enemy side of the map, though, we have, who is this? Ban Ja on the Tie Hunter.
Farming Tie.
Destiny. Farming? No, I don't
Nah, maybe
so.
not. I guess he'll be pulling.
Yeah, probably doing pulling. Wall Eater is going to be on the Lone Druid, Destiny. On the Vengeful Spirit. On the top lane, we have Quicks. It's going to be on the Puck. There's a courier delivering our branch. Then now back on the mid lane, it's going to be Nikwa, who played Darkseer for the last 2 games. Going to be going mid. So both teams kind of switching up in terms of who's going mid. In terms of Stormster versus Tinker, I got to give the lane to Tinker, but only if he's going to go for the Laser Rocket build. Marcher Machine is a fun build and all, but you really want the Laser Rocket to nuke down Stormster.
Not just for the Storm. I mean, look at all of these Dire heroes. Nobody is tanky. Even Earthshaker, who is a strength hero, does not have great strength gain. Is generally pretty slow and clunky, easy to pick off. Everyone can be nuked down if you get any kind of a decent start. And if Tinker gets a good start, I think it's just lights out for the Dire because you have Syllabaire who's going to get some farm off of that.
Well,
of course, this is all this is all ifs at this point. But I'm just saying, I like the Laser Rocket build better. I agree with you on that point. Quick's going to be doing some warding here, very defensive. He's not even going to try to go for the pull ward, which, as it turns out, is a very smart choice.
Yeah, man, they were definitely waiting for him right here. And did they have Senju already? No, they didn't. So if he got it off, it would have been pretty good. Purple trying to ward this one up. We're gonna see one of the few times that Puck in the recent patch getting the new phase shift, trying to really lane that suicide lane. It's not gonna be a good time. It really isn't, because there's so much range. A Fissure, a Nova, Panago will have enough time to go into a split earth by then. It's just gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, I don't know if Puck's going to be able to get anything accomplished up here. And an under-leveled, under-farmed Puck is pretty... I'm not going to say it's useless, but it's not going to contribute a lot. So that's a concern for them. The trade-off, of course, is Syllabear should be getting good farm. He is up against Windrunner, but Syllabear generally can win that lane, especially once the bear gets phase boots. It's going to become very dangerous for the Windrunner.
Yep. If you look at what he's doing here with this bear, he's trying to keep it outside of tower range. Don't want to lose equilibrium very quickly. So basically, he's going to just try to keep it equilibrium right here to make sure that Windrunner would never, ever see the light of day.
Well,
see,
Lumi,
he's seeing it right now.
You talked about the March of Machines build, and we're already seeing level 1 March of Machines, so I guess that answers our questions. I mean, he could get 1 point in it, but normally if you get 1 point, you're going to be getting more than 1.
Right. I mean, it's okay. Against Stormster, who's very low range as a, in hero in the mid lane, it's fine. But I just think you could get a lot more kills when you have the other build.
Yeah, you can also shut his farm down. I mean, laser is good for messing up his last hitting. It also does a crap load of damage. And heck, if you get a gank, then it's a kill.
Yeah. Keeping Windrunner on bot. And we're going to see a little bit of a slow game. Both of the long lane solos is going to try to leech whatever EXP they can, but they can't really stick too close. Windrunner got nothing. Puck's got nothing. So I guess let's just watch the mid lane.
Yeah, I suppose that is the lane to watch, although Tinker with the March of Machines is just going to be farming for the most part. Still no points in laser. I guess he's going to be maxing Rocket, may get 1 point in laser. Puck eating a Split Earth, kind of just losing this Shrek 101. Painted Gold doing a really nice job of lane controlling. Meanwhile, we do see Face on the bottom lane. Is just going to be creep blocking, trying to get the equilibrium in his favor, but that's not going to happen as long as these pulls are going on. Yeah,
always a good sign to see a player try to block it and make sure the tower, or the creep wave slowly inches towards him, but it's not going to be enough, because there's 4 creeps of deny per second or per wave from Radiant on this side. We're gonna have fight over for the first rune. Not much of a fight here. Nico gets himself a haste, but he's not really gonna gank with it. He's not gonna gank top. He's not gonna go bot. He's gonna just roam back to the mid lane and trying to work on a soul ring. So soul ring rush, not bottle, not boots, just soul ring.
I think he's anticipating what we're seeing now, which is the active movement coming out from Ex-Gosu. Last Hit Magic and Mikey going to be rotating mid. Mikey is level 2. Last Hit Magic only level 1, but that doesn't matter. Fissure is really his only important spell right now. Looks like they might backstep top. I thought they would go for mid, but instead they're going to go for the Puck. It's going to be tough. He still doesn't have phase shift, though. As they're sort of waiting to see. They're not sure which way they want to go yet.
Well, they should know something is up in terms of missing heroes and whatnot. This can be a very dangerous gank. If you make a mistake, you can actually die to towers. And now you see a Panago trying to nuke his way down to the close tower. I guess if you're not going to get a kill on Puck, they could still get a kill on tower, which is just as important. He's going to use his jaunt and get out right now. There's a Nova and a Fissure on him. It's not going to be enough, though. Yeah, so they're going to go for the tower instead. Not a bad trade by all means. Glyph immediately gets popped off to block some of the Diabolic Edict. Crystal Maiden will try his best to lead the way to go, but no, here comes the gank. Magic Missile and Gush on Mikey. Mikey's going to go down. The Orb comes in right now. He's going to jaunt in as well. First Blood goes to a Tie Hunter. Great response by Team Keita. That's exactly what they needed to do. Stop the push, got a First Blood, and they're right back in.
While this is all happening, Syllabear is having an amazing time on the bottom lane. 20 and 10 at 3.5 minutes, and that is fantastic farm. Just about 6 creeps per minute, a little bit less, but we'll see that accelerate. Will he go for quick phase boots on the bear? He goes for boots into an Orb of Venom. Another strong choice. I think we'll see phase boots next, and then he's just going to have absolute free farm. You can see Windrunner's not having fun. He is going to get some EXP here and there, but the bear just doing so much damage.
Yeah, once you have phase boots on your bear and you have the level 3 bear, like, no one outlanes you 1v1. Like, you gotta just gank the lane. Windrunner might try to nuke, but in this case, she's only level 1, so you don't even have power shots just yet. Look at how much the harass comes in. Yeah, Wall Eater's gonna lose some HP, but he can resummon the bear whenever necessary, and we're gonna see a big dive coming in. Now, of course, there is a Windrunner. Let's see if she could save that Windrunner close enough to make sure that she does survive it, because there's only one stun in the form of the Magic Missile.
Oh, I don't know. This is looking bad for Windrunner. Magic Missile going to come out. Gush to follow. This is looking very dead. Oh, and the entangle. Power shot just not going to be able to do anything. Is there any sort of trade going their way? I guess top tower taking some damage. But in the end, it's just looking good for the Lone Druid. And this is a hero you do not want to give a good start.
Back in the mid lane, we're going to see engagement. Nico gets pulled. He's losing HP very rapidly. Kurok's going to get one more zip and just enough Great control on mana management.
Yeah, well played by Korok, but we talked about this Tinker build. It does not make you very strong 1v1. If Laser was up there, he would have lived for sure. None of Korok's auto attacks would not be hitting, which a lot of that damage is from overload.
Yep. No laser for the mischance. At the very least, get 1 point into laser. I do see Boba doing that. Even if you go for the Martian Machine build, just have one laser, one level of laser for the assurance. Back on the bot lane here, as we see Spirit Bear driving away the entire 2 waves of creeps.
Top tower does go down in the meantime, so a bit of a tower trade. I think.
Well, Winter's going to try to deny this, maybe. He's going to try Magic Missile. He's going to scare him away at the very least. Ventral Sphere lasted the tower. Not the best person lasted it, but that's fine.
Well, it will mean that she's got boots and some money in the bank, so we'll probably see some more smokes, some more wards coming out. Speaking of smokes, Last Hit Magic and Mikey headed off towards the middle lane. Going to try and continue to keep Nico down. He did get his ult at level 6. Not often you see this. He wants to be able to rearm that March of Machines. Oh, I think he's about to die here. This is looking kind of bad, although in come his teammates from the rear. This might be the bait they were looking for. Korok taking a lot of damage to March. He's going to jump into the Tidehunter. He's out of mana. He's going to die here, almost certainly. Is he going to die? Nice fissure coming out. Korok, will he be able to get away to the low ground if he needs to? Oh, this fight looks like nobody's going to die in the end.
A lot of punches being traded. Korok looking for a little bit more out of mana, so he's not going to get much in return. Again, Laser Rocket would have ensured Korok would have died there in the Martian Machine, not doing too much in that engagement. But I say Martian Machine's a weak spell, but if you stand there long enough, it does do quite a bit. So there's that too.
On the bottom lane, Wally are just having his way with Face right now. One entangle, and Face did pop Windrun. Can go back to base to heal. But you see, even without the phase boots, Lone Druid just murdering him. If he had phase boots, that would have been a kill. So I think it's worth it to get the phase boots, but it looks like, I'm guessing he wants to rush a relic. We could see a support item, but if he wanted to go that route, he'd have the money to start buying components of it.
And the question is here for Dire, like, who do you focus? Do you focus on keeping the Tinker down? I mean, he is, I guess, efficiently being kept down by the Storm Spirit. Do you try to focus to keep the Wall Eater down, who is getting absolutely free farm on the bot lane? Or do you want to continue to keep Puck down, who you did a very good job so far with? So, I mean, there's so many viable targets just to kind of delay the farm, but farm is going to find its way somewhere. Either it's going to be on the Storm or the Puck or on the Bearer, and, they could all use farm very, very well.
It's an interesting way to construct your draft. If you pick up a couple of heroes that are all important to keep down, that your opponents can be spread thin, especially if you lack mobility. The Dire have a very mobile hero in Storm. Windrunner can be mobile, but she's so underleveled you can't really counter as such. And it means they're spending a lot of time just running around. You can only buy so many smokes. I think the Dire are out. They may have one more available. Yeah, they got one smoke left. Tidehunter continue to deploy. He's only level 3, as we do see a kill on the top lane. Puck goes down. Korok rotating up there. Nice movement from him. Nico shows up, but he's just farming. And it looks like, what is he building? He just picked up his boots. Yeah, Nico's really being shut down. I think you go for the Lone Druid now. Bottom lane looks like there's going to be action.
A Lone Druid, though, he's going for some heroes. Last Hit Magic's going to get trapped. No, they're going to focus on Last Hit Magic. He's going to take a... No more Gush Mana here from the Tidehunter. They're going to try to chase him away. The Bear is coming in, gets stunned here. Last Hit Magic might live through that. A little bit of miscommunication. There was an Entangle on Last Hit Magic. He should have been dead. But I guess that's more reason for you to pick up the Face Boots?
Yeah, he goes for Treads on the hero. Huh. See, I don't really get this build. Like, if you want survive power shot, apparently not hitting Lone Druid even when it goes right through him. But if you want survivability, get the ult. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we do see a couple of kills being traded.
Yeah, Korok just jumped all around the Tinker. Tinker had, again, no laser. I guess even if he had laser, Korok was jumping so well that the casting animation of laser would never got off. But Martian Machine, it doesn't matter what build he had there. He would have just died. Haste Rune on Storm Spirit is pretty broken in that sense. But again, Wall Eater farming with Treads. How do you think about that? Were you talking about that before I totally cut you off?
Well, I was cutting you off, but it's okay. Either way, I will make my point now, which is if you want to be survivable, either get a support item or just get your ult. I don't really see the point in the Treads. I think Phase Boots and the Bear is a better way to spend your gold. You can get both, but then you're looking at almost 2,000 gold. That's delaying your Relic if you want to go that route, or the Mechanism or Pipe, which do a lot more for your team. And against this Dire lineup, you kind of need both, as we do see Initiation on the middle lane. Nico in a lot of trouble. He's going to get pulled. He's going to go down. Actually, March of Machines cleaning up Storm Spirit. Well, holy crap, that spell does hit pretty hard if you tank it, and Storm being stunned, not able to jump back out.
Yeah, you know, that's one kill going their way, but I'm pretty sure he was not happy that he died first. Looks like Tango on face. Oh man, that's just gonna force a win run. But half HP just off a couple hits, and he could do this all day long, baby. Again, I agree with you. I don't like the Treads build. I guess you just want more damage, but face gives you more damage on the bear. If you want more survivability, pick up your ultimate and then just go for cloak. That would be more than sufficient to survive as well. So I'm not really understanding this one. But so far it's working out well. At least is keeping Windrunner out of the lane very easily. I'm
very curious, will he get the ultimate at level 9? But hold that thought as Storm jumps in. Shackle shot, the stun's kind of being overlapped here, but he's going to go down. Windrunner is the trade though. Korok in a lot of trouble. He's going to get silenced by Puck. Actually, he's level 10. This is going to be a turnaround the other way. Looks like Quicks is going to drop too. Phase shift not enough. He's going to go down. And Destiny strutting in, but he might just be strutting into his death. Did Mikey see him is the question. It looks like they know he's there. Top lane being pushed by Painted Gold this entire time. That maxed Edict doing a lot of damage to the tower. These supports for the rating are really underleveled.
You're absolutely right. Game 3, it feels like it's not even close at this point here. Destiny going to be in trouble. Let's see how good the Fissure is. The Fissure, that's going to hit, but he's going to get pulled across the Fissure. That's going to work out just fine. Destiny not going to drop the magic missile off. Kuro gets himself yet another kill. No, that was split, but still very, very good for the entire team. The kill might only be 5-7, but the game is really in the advantage of the Dire squad. They got 2 towers top, and they're going to get the tower bot. And how many towers does Radiant have? Just 1.
Yeah, just 1, and they picked that up early. It was pretty much a gimme, because you had that Windrunner bottom versus tri-lane. It's looking bleak right now. I mean, they do have the better late game, but how are they going to get there? I don't think the answer is Silver rushing a Relic, because he's so far away. Storm now, with this kind of a start, will be able to jump him constantly. And there's so many follow-up nukes that you really can't count on being able to tank your way out of it. Speaking of tank your way out of it, we do see Tidehunter going down. He does not have Ravage yet. Yeah, he's still trying to look for level 6. Another underlevel Tidehunter. Seems every time we watch this hero, he takes forever to get level 6, and it's really hurting the teams to pick him.
Yeah, it feels like it takes forever. Again, if you look at the clock, I mean, it's okay. We're only 10 minutes in the game, but there's so much action going on. And the fact that you just want that Ravage ready for every single fight. There's a Nova and a Bite here on Wall Eater. He's going to morph into his ultimate, gets a lot of HP. There's the Puck coming in. Big ultimate dropping off. Mikey's going to go down. Storm's going to go down. Big play. What a lucky Entango. First Entango from Wall Eater. He's like, yo, bro, welcome to Sweden. That's how we do it here.
Yeah, good thing that he picked up the ult. If he didn't have that, he definitely would have died there.
Yep.
Able to escape. Painted Gold TPing into Quicks. Quicks going to be forced to run. Painted Gold dropping the ultimate. He's actually quite far now. Arcane Boots, Point Booster, Ring of Health. I want to take a look at the gold graph. 1,500 difference in favor of the Dire. I would say that's not much at all, especially if you look at the tower differential. Radiant actually appears to be leading in terms of farm.
I mean, if you look at the farm chart, Nico's got 52. That looks really good, but he also got three deaths, so that's not good. Painted Gold's got 64. Syllabear's got 70. Look at these high farming numbers. But yeah, I mean, I think death and tower right now is the 2 more important statistics to point out. As we see Nico trying to get some farm with his Martian Machine. Yeah, I guess it is a decent defensive tool as you have a minefield of them down. Painted Gold trying to trade some of his HP with the towers. Uh-oh.
With that haste run, he will be fine, but Tinker, yeah, he is good anti-push, and Rocket and March are his 2 best anti-push spells. So if their goal was for Tinker to help them turtle, then perhaps this build is a little bit better than we were giving it credit for. But I still think he could have won his lane early and been off to a better start. So either way, at this point, he's going to be mostly focused on holding on while Syllabear farms. If Syllabear can get up a Radiance or any item to help his team, they'll be in good shape. He seems committed to this Radiance build, though. He could have had a Hood by now. He could have had most of a Mechanism by now, and he's not buying either.
Yep, Crystal Maiden drops a ward, but she is seen. Look towards that ward being immediately countered by the Radiant squad. Stormster pushing the top lane here. Not too much tower for push, but he's just getting the farm right now. Arcane Boots is up. Point Booster is up. He's definitely going for the Bloodstone first. A very, very common build. But against a Puck, I mean, it's a dangerous build to go.
Double damage.
Yeah, they're going for double Bloodstone, as Leshrac is also building one. So, you know, hey, if they continue to get kills, it'll work out. But if they don't, then they're going to have no utility items in these team fights, and that's pretty rough against Syllabear. If you don't have any Eul Scepters or Force Steps, you're going to be in for a world of pain.
We're going to see a fight back mid. Tidehunter is level 6. Stormstrike coming from the top. He's looking for a jump. Orb is already used, so Puck is a very, very good target to go for right now for a couple of seconds. And Fissure, are they going to use the Fissure button? There's a zip in. Oh, he's going to be in trouble. There's a waning rift, but a sun comes in. Stormster might be a little bit trouble. He's going to be fine. He has a lot of mana zipped out. Tidehunter looking for a Ravage. Does he want to use it just for Mikey? No, looks like not. But we are going to have Rod take the kill. Yes, indeed.
Nice snipe. Yeah, Tidehunter did hold on to the Ravage there, so he's going to have it if Korok makes a second go. Korok does have the Soul Booster. He's really tanky. 1,300 health this early is a lot on Storm Spirit. Speaking of tanky, Syllabear City on 1,600 thanks to that True Form. Did hit level 11. He's only 1,000 gold away. The clock is ticking for Ex-Gosu as the initiation happens onto Vengeful Spirit. Will she be able to stun? She's getting juked. She can't get a stun off. Finally gets a stun off, but I think it's going to be too late. Will we see a Ravage? Oh, a Ravage, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Korok going to be able to zip up to the high ground. Will we see an entangle? He's out of mana. Actually, looks like Korok's going to die. He got just a little too aggressive there. Shackle not going to latch. How does he still have mana? I can't believe it. Oh, and it looks like he's finally going to go down to the bear. Is he going to go down to the bear? Oh my god, it's not dead yet. Korok going to survive. Echo Slam on a couple of heroes. Looks like Quick's in a lot of trouble. Quick's going to go down again. The bear goes down. Tinker picks up a kill. He's getting all the kills, but he's going to pay for this with his life. Pulse Nova doing crazy damage. Syllabear does live, so the most important hero on their team does manage to survive. Man, cannot believe that Korok got away in that fight.
Korok, the master baiter, juking some big kills out here. The mid tower, they've been trying to push this down. Painted Goat's gonna walk right in. He's gonna get that one. The Glyph just playing with him. Storms are gonna get denied. Nice denied by Venge. What a play. Lasted Magic gotta back off. Wow. That gotta hurt, man. They spent so much time to get something done in the mid lane. I mean, they got some kills in return, but that tower, they wanted that one.
Your gold graph is just dipping downwards at an alarming rate. The differential is still not too big, but the rate of decline is really not what they're looking for. It's a 4,000 gold difference. And pings are supposed to be checked.
Yeah, 100 to 200.
They look pretty even. I guess slightly favoring Keita, but... well,
yeah,
oh yeah, these are spectators who have bad pings. Yeah, the pings look fine for the players.
Yep. Bloodstone number 1 finish on the Dire squad. That is on the Leshrac. Stormstreet working on Bloodstone number 2. He is about 1,100 gold away. We'll have one of the components right now, and then we'll be working on the other one.
The hero to keep an eye on here is the Syllabear. He's getting mighty close to that relic, and once he gets the relic, the hard part is over. They're in position to set up a gank on him mid if they want to. Although Storm bottom, they probably aren't going to initiate. Korok seems to be the sort of the crux of these ganks. Walliter rotating down to bottom. Korok can't really kill him 1v1, and this means that he should be able to get some farm. So unless they smoke up and head towards bottom, he's going to have that relic in a minute or two.
Yep, every last hit is so important at this point. That's why most pro player farm so well, because they don't miss them. They get the items.
Yeah, with an item like a relic, if you start dying, you can end up just never building it, or it gets delayed by 4 minutes, at which point the enemy has a couple more items, they're just that much tankier, and they all end up living. Oh, he's going to die right before having the gold for it, too.
There's a zip here. Walliter, a lot of teleportation coming. Can they kill Walliter quick enough? Looks like he's going to survive for now. He is surviving. He's trying to run past. It's not going to have much luck. But the Ravage, the Puck ultimate, can they get the cleanup? So far, no good here. Puck goes down. Tidehunter's going to go down. What a fight for the Dire squad. They're not supposed to win that one. Korok very low inching. He's going to go down. The Urn's not going to do it. Destiny's going to turn back now. That had to be a favorable trade for the Dire squad, especially with Painted Gold having a Bloodstone, because he's got.
No, he's only. Oh yeah. Painted Gold got a ton of charges. I thought you were talking about Korok. The initiation continues. Big dive for Painted Gold. It looks like they're going to pick off Destiny. Yeah, Destiny going to go down. Nico doing what he can to defend this push. Rocket's coming out. See ya, Mikey. Mikey not going to be happy about that one. But it's still overall definitely a trade in favor of the Dire. Crucially, they killed the Syllabear. That relic going to be delayed. And if he's able, if he can get the Radiance up, they have a fighting shot. But if they continue to lose, even 1 or 2 more deaths might be all that the Dire need to snowball to a victory.
Yeah, man. I mean, even if you get the relic, like, you still have sometimes a very difficult time to actually get off to that recipe. Like, that's the hard part as well. But Tinker trying to get his way up to a 4-staff. Once that thing is finished, can have a lot easier time in terms of helping himself and his teammate to survive. So that is a very, very important component. At this point, again, on the Dire squad, who do you focus? There's just so many valid targets, and you got to care about all of them.
Yeah, while the Syllabear died, I like the point you made about Tinker. He is getting some farm. He did pick up Boots of Travel before that fight. He's working towards 4-staff. Once he has the Force Staff, not only will he be able to contribute more in fights, he can also push more aggressively. Sure, if the Storm's in the area code, he's probably going to die anyway, but aside from Storm, he can pretty much escape anyone else. And that's going to give him, relieve a little bit of the pressure that's currently being applied to Syllabear.
Ooh, Painted Go trying to lead the Roche by himself. He doesn't have the armor value to really tank this. Can he really solo tank Roche? I don't think that's the case. He's waiting for his teammates to come in, but really, where's the physical DPS going to come from?
Yeah, I mean, this many heroes, they can probably right-click them down, but it's going to take a very long time. There's no Medallion, there's no Vengeful Spear, there's no minus armor of any kind. Oh, I don't know about this. If the Radiant catch wind of it, do they have a smoke? If they have a smoke and they go for... Smoke is up on the puck, Ravage up in 15 seconds. Roshan is taking a really long time to die here.
I think at this point they're like saying, you could have the Aegis, but we're trading the time to farm, and they need that time, so... I mean, Aegis is always so important.
Well, Syllabear trying to drag the Aegis here.
I don't think that's gonna work.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah. That bear is gonna take mass damage.
It is slowing down the Roshan attempt. They're making their way towards it. I don't think they should go for it at this point. The bear goes down. Kind of a waste of the bear cooldown, honestly.
Well, who's gonna pick up the Aegis? Painted Go? Karok? Karok's gonna pick it up.
Yeah, he's got the Bloodstone as well. 10 charges on Painted Gold, 9 or 6 on Korok, and expect to see that continue to increase as the game continues. Looking for Wall Eater, don't think he's going to be killing him by himself. Tinker pressuring the top lane. This is where those Boots of Travel start to become effective. The Dire want to go mid, but Tinker's going to punish them for it, or at least get the best trade he can. He's working on this top tower. Of course, he doesn't have any abilities to bring down the tower quickly by himself. This is why if you see Tinker paired with a hero like Furion, it becomes a lot more effective. Because you have the chance to right-click the tower and tank it up as well.
Tidehunter waiting on the high ground here. We're going to have a Dream Coil on 3. Tidehunter trying to walk his way in. Can he get in? Yes, he will. Ravage on everyone. But look at Bonjaja. He's dying so quickly. Wall Eater comes in right now. Painted Go half HP. He gets shackled. That's a 2-man. They're going to focus down on Wall Eater. But look at how tanky he is. He does have the Relic on him. No one dies after all these ultimates being used. I think that favors Dire a little bit more because they did bait out the Ravage. So they could be effectively trying to push down the tier 2 again in the mid, but that's after healing up and getting some HP back.
Yeah, I suppose in that sense it does slightly favor the Dire, but again, Syllabear not dying, getting some more EXP. He's up to level 13. Once he hits 16, and he's gonna have the Radiance by that time, it's gonna be real tough. He's gonna be so tanky, having 2k HP. Then you'll see him probably go towards a Hood. Hood will be so good, and eventually Pipe versus this Dire lineup. They're entirely dependent on magical damage, and it's gonna be so tough for them. I don't know what they can do. They really gotta. I think they gotta smoke and look for some ganks. Take advantage of that Aegis.
I completely agree. Gank is the name of the game right now, especially when you have a lineup like Storm Spirit. But I mean, I think they are in the lead right now. There is a clock, but what really is a clock? How much time on that clock?
5 minutes of uninterrupted farm, maybe 10, but I think 10 is a lot more than Scylla needs. Once he gets Radiance, he farms at an alarming rate.
Uh-oh, Nikwa might be in a little bit of trouble. He is going to get pulled. Karok was waiting for them with the Invis Mirror on the other side of the map. Painted Go got a kill against a Tidehunter. 2 hero dead. This got to be the tier 2, right?
Yeah, they're going to get the Radiance on Syllabear, but if you give up kills like that to 2 Bloodstone heroes, then, you know, who cares if Syllabear gets items? They're going to Rax you before he gets enough.
Syllabear's next item choice should be a Pipe. He needs all the magical survivability. In fact, any survivability he can. Pipe will be really good for the rest of the team as well. Tower is going to get destroyed by Karok. They have the Aegis. They can, there you go on the high ground. Just depends on how much they want to risk it.
I think they should go for it. Storm is level 16. Painted Gold's level 13. These 2 heroes are pretty much at their peak effectiveness. Yeah, they could get BKBs, but you know, you don't want to go too much later. Syllabear has the Radiance and just a little bit of gold. Is he going to get the tower? The bear goes down. He doesn't have mana to respawn it. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. He doesn't have mana to respawn the bear. Did he buy the Radiance yet? No, he didn't buy the Radiance. I have no idea where his gold went. Oh, but that's a really bad time to die. Oh,
that was a big setback. I was questioning the choice of actually teleporting away from that Rax attempt to get a kill, but it was on Syllabear, then it's totally worth it. Tinker on the top lane here might get initiated upon. He's going to try to pour it out. The Shackle Shot will find him. Yeah, he's out of mana. Ooh, nice dodge, but no, not nice enough. Nikwa gets shackled to a creep that's lagging behind. There's a laser being used. He's going to try to pour it out. Cancel the port to dodge a power shot. Wow, some finesse here from Nikwa, and that's going to allow them to survive to tail the tail.
Nice mind games. That being said, Ex-Gosu doing what they should be doing when you have this kind of a tower advantage and just generally stronger heroes. Farm the enemy jungle, starve them out, and wait for their opportunity to push. Maybe they'll wait for BKBs on Storm and Leshrac. If they can keep the Syllabear down, that's fine, but he's probably going to get Radiance on this next go. That being said, he's already died. Is it 2 times or 3 times since he got the Relic? It's more than he should have died. That much I know.
I think twice, but it definitely felt a lot longer, a lot more than that. Lasted Magic has lasted his way up to a Blink Dagger just looking for that level 11. I think they could farm it in the jungle. That would really, really help out in the next team fight. They are going to bring down a tier 2. Seems like Radiant is not really wanting to defend this one. Pinnacle says, sure, I'll have this one for free. He does so.
As soon as this tower dies bottom, I expect them to rotate towards mid and look for a kill. Wall Eater gotta get that Radiance recipe. I know I've been harping on, people are probably sick of hearing about it, but this is so important. He could have had it at like 20 minutes, and it's now delayed to 25 because he got picked off a couple of times. Finally he'll have it. Run back to base, my friend, before they gank you.
Buy it before you die, man. Alright, so it would be a good time to look at the item check for the rest of everyone. Although
Blink Dagger up on last hit magic. That's huge.
I just said that, but
oh, sorry.
That's cool.
Well, that is a new item. Although if you already mentioned it, I suppose it's not really new. Force Staff is up on Tinker.
Hood of Defiance is up on the Windrunner, and I'm getting massive gank. So, but I can't actually step away from my table to close my door.
Well,
and it's we'll do right now.
We'll try and do the best we can. Looks like the Dire's sort of sieging up the bottom lane at the moment. Windrunner continue to farm top. Has the mechanism. Will have a pipe in about 800 gold. I'm starting to lose my ability to do math at this point. But I think it's about 800 gold. Once she's got pipe and mecha, they could definitely go for high ground. Syllabear leaving the bear in the front. The bear taking a lot of damage. I think he's being too aggressive with it. It's on cooldown. 15 seconds the bear's on cooldown. That means no Radiance. And not only that, but if it dies again, it's suddenly going to be down for 120 seconds. 2 minutes is definitely enough time to lose your entire base.
That is definitely true, and you don't even need a Tiny for that one. Massive Magic not up to level 11 just yet. He's so patient. I think I would have just went into jungle by now for 1 creep. I'm gonna try and last at this one. And Wall Eater cannot send his bear out anymore, like, because you could chain send that thing down, and you cannot recall it back. Nico trying to do what he can in terms of counter defending. I say right now, Wall Eater farm top. Tinker just march machine in front of the base all day long. And, you know,
they have a good turtling lineup, and that's certainly one way to handle it. Of course, if the Dire are smart, they'll just leave 1 or 2 heroes station bottom and then farm the jungle, which it appears they're starting to do now. A bunch of TPs going top. They're not going to let Tinker get this tower for free. Korok zips in. Nice Force Staff onto the low ground. Korok almost out of mana. He's just going to have enough for a pull. Another Force Staff. Oh, zip onto the high ground Fissure. Nice combination there. Cleaning up Nico. He thought he was going to get away. He was really close, just not enough in the end.
Man, that Storm Spirit as a counter pick, it's working out fine right here. Wall Eater's going to find himself a Windrunner. He can't really chase that far out. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble, but Lesh might be in a bigger trouble. Destiny is going to get initiated. Slurf, and looks like... Silence? Do we have a silence? Looks like there is a... Pinnacle is going to go down. He does pop the BKB, trying to 1v4, but it's not going to be enough. Nice baits here by the Vengeful Spirit and Quicks. Seems like Wall Eater lasted that one, so he's going to be happy about that. On 1,300 gold, picking up a cloak, I hope, very, very soon, and working towards a hood and pipe.
He's going to need a cloak, man. even with 4 heroes on 1 there, you can see how much damage. That's just Pulse Nova. You factor in the Earthshaker with the Blink Echo Slam, the Windrunner Power Shot, the Storm Spirit jumping all over the place, and heck, the Crystal Maiden Nova. That's nothing to sneeze at either, and suddenly that Spirit Bear would not be at half health. He would be dead. Or not that Spirit Bear, that Lone Druid. So, gotta be careful, man. He's gotta get that cloak soon.
Of course, getting a kill on Lesh is gonna bring down his charges on his Bloodstone be lower. Storm starts zipping. I think I'm gonna pay most of my attention to Kurok. He's been initiating very well, looking for someone like Tinker. If you find him out of mana, go for a pull. He's pretty much dead at that point.
Yeah, he has a regen rune now, so he's juggling, or he's spamming his ultimate just to make sure the regen rune doesn't disappear. Push on the middle lane. It is just so hard to push against this Tinker. March of the Machines plus rockets constantly being spammed. And once he pushes the wave out, he can go to one of the other lanes. Although he's got to be careful because Storm punished him for that last time.
Yeah, I think right now Tinker has to be on defensive duty. He cannot leave the base because Tinker will find you. In fact, he's gonna go in right now for Niqua. He's gonna force after himself out. Tidehunter in position. He's gonna drop the Ravage. Yes, Ravage, but there's a BKB on Painigo. Painigo losing HP rapidly. Echo Slam gets dropped on everyone. Painigo will survive, but just barely. Kurok gets stunned, but the Marching Machine doing some. Kurok still jumping around looking for Destiny. Marching Machine. Destiny somehow survived for now. No, Crystal Maiden picks up the last kill. It looks like we do have a buyback here from Wall Eater, but will that be enough? Kurok comes back with full mana. There's some stuns going on. Quicks is gonna get focused down. Kurok back in full mana.
Oh,
full
man.
HP. Painigo in a little bit of trouble. Shackle shot on Wall Eater. Wall Eater down to half HP. Radiance chase. Not gonna be enough. Wall Eater still alive for now. Maybe he's gonna get a bear kill, but no, he's gonna chase in too deep. Wall Eater trying to survive. No cloak. He needed a cloak and he did not pick one up. That was a huge mistake for Syllabear.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That was about as well as you could have expected the fight to go for Keita until he died. Then suddenly your Tinker's bought back and you're still losing your Syllabear. Really, at the very least, he could have lived if he just backed off. Tinker going to be pushed out the middle lane. Korok wants to go on him. I don't think he's got enough mana to do this. He might actually pay for it with his life. He's tanking that March of Machines. Gush coming out. Korok, are you finally going to die, my friend? Yes, you are. 405 gold going back to the Tidehunter, who has hit level 11. He's almost got a mechanism.
I'm going to say that was not GS.
Yeah, I don't know. I can understand the thought process. And of course, he does have Bloodstone, so he will re-respawning quickly. But you've just been dominating so hard. Every time you see Tinker, it's a kill. But normally he's had some backup. Speaking of kills, Niqua going to be dying on the bottom lane. The aggression just, too aggressive in that case.
I'm saying Niqua can only be on defensive duty at this point. He cannot go outside the base of farm. He does not farm enough gold to cover up all the, the stuff that he loses when he dies.
Well, if he's going to leave the base, it's got to be when he knows where the enemy heroes are, especially that Storm. In that case, Storm wasn't there, but that was just way too far to TP up. If he'd gone top, he would have been fine.
Item check here. Mecha Pipe Finish on the Windrunner. Face boot up as well. Blink on Shaker. That was up on a long time. Face on CM as well as the Drum Double Bloodstone. And a Mystic Staff on the Storm Spirit. Shiva's Hex? What's it going to be?
I don't know. I think Shiva's would be nice versus that Syllabear. That's probably the way I would go. Hex could be good too. But who do you really want to Hex? I mean, I feel like they have enough lockdown now. The issue is surviving. Shiva's will also help against March of the Machines. Or wait, no, actually March of the Machines is magical, so no, it will not help. It's magical, but it goes through BKB. So that was... Aegis on Korok. Oh, this is scary. They can probably go mid now.
Again, Wall Eater feeling that his ultimate is enough for him to survive. I would very much so disagree.
What is he saving for? I mean, buy a cloak, man. Seriously, 500 gold, totally worth it. This enemy team has almost no physical damage. Edict is about it. I mean, none of these heroes right-click hard. Tower is in danger. It's in jeopardy middle. Puck blinking in, but where's the backup? Oh, he is going to immediately retreat out. But...
harassing. Flip is down, by the way. Vengeful Spirit got picked off earlier. Here comes the March Machine spam. But Niqua might get initiated on by either the Blink Shaker or the Storm Spirit. They're just waiting for Niqua to be out of mana and out of position.
Where is the cloak on Wall Eater, man? I just have a bad feeling about this impending
He's got
fight.
1,800 gold. I'm very curious if he survives this. What is he going to buy? A buyback?
Maybe he wants a Hyperstone? I don't know, man. This is weird. Nice Puck ultimate! 4-man Dream Coil. BKB is forced off Pinnacle. They can retreat out immediately. Bear doing a bunch of harassment in the background. Meanwhile, the Rax is about to go down. Bear doing what he can to drive them back. The Rax is in jeopardy. They don't have to force this too much. Syllabear doesn't have the Bear for 15 seconds. Bear does go down. But I don't think the Dire know that. They may back off. They do still have the Aegis up on the Storm Spirit, so they could continue this fight. He's got the money for Shivas if he wants to go for it. The push going to recommence. Puck going back in. Another nice blink into a silence. Bottom lane being pressured by Korok. Korok ready to zip in at a moment's notice. Just being such a nuisance. First hit Entangle on Korok, but he can still ult away, so he'll be just fine.
I want to say Last in Magic's fissures has been perfect. There was a 4-man Dream Coil and a silence, and Shaker was able to block off the path of the Tidehunter's Ravage with the fissure. That was what kept them alive in that mid lane. It would have been really bad if the Ravage dropped off on 4 or 5 as well. So right now the push still commands. The bear is still down for a long time. The Rax is slowly regenning back to HP. It was at 200 now, back up to 300. It's going to take a while, but it's regenning. At this point, do you want to go back for the Roche that's going to be respawning very soon? Seems like that's going to be the case here.
They just got it actually, so...
Oh, not paying attention. Yeah, sorry. They got it like a while back. You're right.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 minutes ago, so Storm's going to have that for a while. That was a successful push. Sure, the Rax regens, but it's very slow. You can regroup and then look for another push. If you get a pick, that's going to be Rax. What is Syllabear? He goes for a flats. Oh, I do not like that choice one bit. Sure, it gives you some anti-push, but you need to survive more than you need anti-push. Tinker's plenty of anti-push with the Martian Machines, as well as the Puck, the Tidehunter. I mean, I think you have enough. You just need Syllabear to stay in these fights. Mikey might get caught out, but they really need to go for last hit magic. He's going to blink away. Dream Coil on 1. This might... I guess they're going to get Mikey, but that's going to be it, so... Not the biggest deal. Dream Coil is a pretty low... Well, yeah, I mean, not quite as low.
It's pretty low. It's pretty low. 1 kill's 1 kill. Hey, you know, it's all good. Again, Nikwa, he's trying to farm, guess who's nearby. You don't want to find out who's nearby.
It's his best friend, Korok, making life pleasant for him.
Mr. Best Friend's got a
hex. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Is he going to jump? No, he doesn't see him. Yep. He'll be fine.
Well, he jumps a little bit late. A little bit unfortunate here, but that mana is very replaceable. 34 HP regen per second.
Yeah, the Hex actually might have been the better choice. I mean, of course, Hex is always a great item. In the pushing situation, I think Shiva's will be better. But when Tinker's continuing to be aggressive pushing these lanes out, sooner or later, Korok is going to find him. That's going to be a kill. And if there's not buyback up on the Tinker, which there is not now, then that'll probably be 1 set of Rex, if not 2. Rex are still slowly regenerating around 600 health. Glyph is down for a couple of minutes here. Korok pressuring the top lane. Blink silence. Will there be an entangle? There will not. Shackle not going to latch on the bear. March of the Machine's being spammed for all it's worth. Painted Gold trying to backdoor middle a little bit. Well, not backdoor, but going in by himself. Korok zipping in on Destiny. Well, we see a Ravage. The BKB still up on Painted Gold. Echo Slam doing a lot of damage. Ravage, very effective. March of the Machine's destroying everyone along with the bear. Bear is still shackled. Looks like Wall Eater trying to continue the chase. The Aegis about to pop. Will Korok zip out? Will he continue the fight? Wall Eater going to go down. No cloak. He melts to Painted Gold, and Korok.
He does have buyback. The question is, will he do it? Is it on cooldown? He buys back right now. Maybe a little bit too late. The bear needs to get resummoned. He does. But the Rax now in trouble. 4-man Dream Coil. He gets hexed by one of the 2 hexes on the team. Mid-Rax will go down finally. But there's a buyback from Puck. Will that be enough? They're going to try to focus on Mikey. Mikey force-staff himself up. Does a ghost step to Kurok. Trying to bait as he's going to force-staff the way out of there. No, excuse me. Jump the way out of there. We have a Blink Dagger cooldown and focus on Kurok. A couple more nukes. We'll be able to do it. The bear and the entangle. A 3-man split up and Storm goes, excuse me. Puck goes down, and it looks like we have the bear in a little bit of trouble. Bear's gonna get pulled. He's finally gonna go down. Painted Gold in a little bit of trouble as well. He's finally gonna die, but so will the bear. The bear does not have buyback anymore. Storm Spirit, by the way, very healthy. He's regenerating mana very quickly. We'll find Nico. Nico trying to juke is not gonna work out. He's gonna go down here as well.
Wow, Mikey is being such a nuisance with this Ghost Scepter. Pops it again, earns himself in the Ghost Scepter. This Crystal Maiden balling out of control. Looks like she's gonna pick off Tidehunter. Bonzo Jaw in jeopardy. He's most likely to go down. Destiny getting in some trouble here, is going to get shackled to the tree. Folks, I think that's game. Syllabear's bear is down for a minute. The smiley face coming out in all chat from Destiny. I don't know if the cloak on Syllabear would have won them the game, but it certainly would have made things a little more interesting, man. I mean, I'm not going to say it's 100% over, but it is looking very bleak.
It would have made him tankier by 15%.
And when you're looking at that much HP, that is a lot of extra tankiness.
That's a lot of tank.
Not only that, if you saw how close the Dire Order died in those fights. I mean, Leshrac and Korok and Painted Gold just living on the edge. God, that cloak, I hate to harp on it so much. I'm sure people are sick of hearing it, but it's such a cheap item. Could have been so game-changing. Well, it's too late for that, as we're going to see a zip-in on Quicks. Quick's going to be going down, and that should be game.
Yeah, there's just not enough 40 Radiant to come back here. Team America, or as I say, Team EZStyle, made it look easy. This game at least.
Yeah, the first game looked easy for Keita, and since then it's pretty much been all Ex-Gosu all the time. Really, I gotta, Painted Gold, Korok have played exceptionally well as a pair. I think you gotta give the MVP to those two for this series.
Yep. Oh, they do win the fight.
Yeah, I suppose, but the buybacks, Storm is up in, like 10 seconds. Leshrac not dead yet and will respawn very quickly as well. If you get behind the heroes with a lot of Bloodstone charges, it's pretty impossible to come back.
It definitely is an uphill battle. While he did that one more time, that's gotta be it.
The ldDOTA dead again, the bear down again for 90 seconds. He did put the Radiance on the main hero, but, you know, the main hero can't tank anymore. It's past the point where he can survive. Niqua, no real item progression for him. You know, they're getting sieged out. It's all formality at this point, folks. Painted Gold going to be edicting up both towers. Going to clean up a few huts along the way. They want to get as many kills as possible. Got to farm those stats. Korok with 17, 5, and 13 on the Storm. Painted Gold 10, 3, and 14. Both of these players making enormous contributions to their teams. And, you know, especially Korok, another game where he's involved in the vast majority of kills.
You know, Korok is always there. He's always there.
So, hey, he might not have been G-like in that mono management. Just kidding, but he certainly acquitted himself well the rest of the game. Well played by him. And at this point, go heal up and end the game, guys, because, you know, no reason to drag this one out. As Korok farms some neutrals, so I guess there is a reason to.
I'm literally on my last leg here. But we're going to sit through it, make sure we're going to see the end game screen. For all the viewers that stuck out, what is it, 9 hours, 10 hours of continuous broadcast? And for people that join us along the way, thank you for staying to the end. It's a very, very fun day of casting. And that's not over yet. Tomorrow we have Orange versus DK. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh man, I'm so excited for DK.
We have 2 best of 3 for Premier League. Woo! We have a lot of games to cast tomorrow as well. So
yeah.
do you show up for that?
I should be casting those Pro Dota 2 League games. I believe we'll be b-balling joining you again for the Premier League.
Yep.
Korok getting entangled here. He doesn't care. He's going to zip away. Orchid picked up in Korok as well. Just more mana regen. 55 mana regen per second. Man, that is a lot of mana.
Do you want to give us a little bit of a shameless plug?
Yeah, while we're waiting here,
this is garbage time.
Well, I'll first, of course, plug Luminous, who, you know, if you haven't heard of Luminous, then where have you been? Because this guy's been casting forever. You can check him out on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook at Luminous Inverse, or / Luminous Inverse, rather, for all those sites. Follow him and support him if you enjoyed his casting. As for me, I'm LD. You can check me out at / ldDOTA on all those sites. I also have my own website, ldDOTA.com, which is basically just a collection of links to my various sites. So if you want to check either of us out, if you enjoyed the casting, we hope you will. We hope you'll continue to follow us and support us. You know, and really all the casters out there. In general, there's been a lot of exciting Dota games recently, and I hope we continue to see this level of competition between every team. There's so many teams that are in the running. Not everyone's Navi, but they're certainly close. Big Echo Slam for Earthshaker. Ravage to follow. It's all formality, but hey, we'll cast the rest of these kills. Bonzaja gonna go down. Tinker running for his life, I assume. Yeah, GG, good luck at Dreamhack. The question is, will they actually go? Because they made it into the Star Series, and then they ended up not being able to go. So, will they go to Dreamhack? I don't know. But they certainly have the option now.
Yeah, they have the option. Gotta take care of that, you know, visa, plane ticket, all that stuff. If they don't want to go, they can send me to go. I would love to go. Shoot.
Yeah, Luminous known for his strong support.
Yeah.
Could certainly
Mikey like, if you will.
High praise for yourself, indeed. In the end, it will be Ex-Gosu taking the series 2-1, 44-25 is your final score. Luminous, any closing thoughts? Because otherwise, as far as I'm concerned...
Thank you to everyone that's watching. Of course, LD for sticking it all the way to the end with me as well. Long hours of casting. We'll be back tomorrow for Premier League broadcasts, for DP2 or PD2 broadcasts, Pro Dota 2 broadcasts. A lot of different broadcasts. There's going to be more Dreamhack broadcasts as well in the future, so do watch out for that. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed all the broadcasts, all the games. Until next time, Luminous and LD signing off. See you guys.
Thanks for watching, guys.